Hi beautiful, welcome to the first video in the More Love, Less Weight series. I'm so glad you're here. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to stop bashing, stop doing, stop trying so hard and start honoring yourself. But to begin, I'm going to do a little recap of what this program is all about, and then we'll get into the juicy stuff. Firstly, this is a 3-day challenge and it's a bash-free zone. What do I mean by a bash-free zone? Well, let's be honest. We as women are complete bitches to ourselves. We're constantly body bashing. From when we wake up until we go to sleep, there is a consistent stream of judgment and vitriol directed straight at ourselves. My thighs are fat. I've failed on my diet again and it's only Wednesday. I suck. I look hideous today. He looked at me funny. He must think I'm a troll. Yep, when you hear it like that, it's pretty confronting, right? I bet you wouldn't put up with that from anyone else. So during this challenge, there's going to be no body bashing. Don't worry, if you really miss it after the 3 days, you can feel free to get back into it, but I have a feeling you're going to quite like its absence. Secondly, this video series is about approaching weight differently. What I mean by that is I'm not going to be giving you some cookie cutter approach and telling you exactly what to do and what not to do in order to manipulate yourself into looking like someone on a magazine cover. Sorry, not sorry. Each day, I'm going to give you an affirmation or mantra, which will be part of your new morning ritual. I call it the Freedom Goddess Ritual, and an action. I want you to repeat this mantra every day. And to make this even more juicy and transformative for you, we really want to add in the feeling. How would you feel in your body if you truly loved your body? Light, free. That's the energy and emotion we want to infuse into the following 3 days. When you chant the mantra in the morning, I want you to feel the feeling of being in love with your body. The minute you don't feel that feeling in your body throughout the day, chant the mantra. Now, if you're saying, I don't have time in the morning, I totally understand. Mornings can be really hectic. You've got a million things to do before you get out of the house or sit down to work. And if you have kids, then I can only imagine the added pressures you have. But are you familiar with the Zen proverb, you should sit in meditation for 20 minutes every day, unless you're too busy. Then you should sit for an hour. Do you see where I'm going with this? If you're too busy and don't have time to give yourself 10 minutes, think about what you're saying. If you don't have enough time to focus on yourself, your body, and your life, do you truly expect to get what you want? If you have even the tiniest desire to experience all that you can in your crazy, beautiful, short life, including feeling and looking vibrant and radiant, how can you not take a few minutes and put attention and intention towards it? Which leads me to the first vital ingredient that's missing from diet and weight loss programs, which may surprise you: pleasure. When we're constantly rushing around, anxiety-ridden, multitasking, calling ourselves fat, our bodies go into what's called the stress response. This is caused by the amygdala, part of the limbic system in the brain, which is responsible for our survival instincts. What this means is that the sympathetic nervous system activates our fight or flight response, causing the stress hormones such as epinephrine and adrenaline to flood the body. This in turn shuts down our digestion, causes our blood pressure to rise, and signals the body to store weight and store fat, among other things. You see, the amygdala can't tell the difference between real danger or stress, such as being chased by a tiger, and imagined danger or stress, such as thinking you look ugly today. Stress is like poison to weight loss, and well-being. And so many of us perpetuate it without even realizing. And what we're actually doing is changing the neural pathways so that stress is the automatic response. All that body bashing that goes on in women's brains equals stress, so no wonder we're exhausted and overweight. By slowing down and allowing ourselves to receive pleasure and joy, we're initiating healing on all levels. And the key is to live in the pleasure zone, where we can be still, enjoy food, and relax. Here we allow ourselves to release excess weight because our body isn't constantly being triggered to hang on to every last pound. You'll also note that I said release, not lose weight, because as part of reframing weight loss, when you lose something, isn't the whole point to find it again? So your action for today is to slow down while eating your meals. Think of it as a mini one-day challenge. The aim of this exercise is to honor your body and the process of eating, to slow down and make it beautiful, rather than something you feel shame or guilt about or feel the need to do in secret. Set the scene for your meal. Put some flowers on your dining table, use a gorgeous placemat, and serve your meal on a beautiful plate. If you can't do that because you're at work, at least go out to a park or put some nice music on through headphones and use a pretty plate. Set aside at least 20 minutes for each meal. By rushing through your meals and not focusing on the food, your body doesn't actually register that you've eaten. So not only will you eat more, you'll still be hungry, and you're much more susceptible to mid-afternoon or post-dinner binges. And don't leave your lunch until you're so ravenous you could eat 4 kebabs. In fact, your metabolism is at its highest when the sun is at its highest. So around midday for lunch is awesome. Give yourself permission to eat whatever you're eating. Now, this can be difficult as we've been taught that certain foods are bad, which usually translates into us being bad when we eat them. But this is about learning to allow pleasure into our lives. Listen to your body wisdom. If you really want the food, eat it. Savor the taste and enjoy it. When you're full, you have permission to stop, whether there's still food on the plate or not. And lastly, before each meal, please say this affirmation. I trust that my body digests and assimilates the divine food I eat every time with ease. I allow myself to enjoy the beauty of nourishing my mind, body, and soul with food. I love, honor, and respect my body. I am so grateful for the delicious food I am able to eat every day and how it nourishes every cell in my body. I always listen to my body wisdom. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As a side note, if you don't do this perfectly for every meal, that's okay. What counts here is awareness. Forgive yourself and move on. There's always your next meal. We don't want you going into a stress response because you didn't eat your meals slow enough. And here's a bonus action for you, which I highly recommend. For the next 3 days, while you're watching this video series, go to bed early. Give yourself the opportunity to receive the healing benefits that only sleep can provide and to integrate fully all that you're learning. I hope you've enjoyed this first video in the More Love, Less Weight series. Click the link on this page to download your copy of the affirmation so you can have it on hand whenever you need. And I can't wait to see you in the next video.